Welcome to the video. If you've been to my channel before, then hello, and if you haven't, also hello. I hope you enjoy the video. I'm just going to be doing some quick hairstyles for you today. I'm not filming them all across the same day, so if it's different lighting, different background, that is why, just because your girl doesn't want to heat damage her hair. So there's a mixture of hairstyles in here. Some of them will be hairstyles that use heat and some don't use heat. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. This is one of them, but there is a load more. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you some quick, easy hairstyles that I do for kind of mid-length hair. So this is kind of like, I did have a bob and I've grown it out. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Let's go. So I just wanted to also quickly say, before I get into detail of showing you the hairstyles, there are main products which I tend to use either before or after doing all these hairstyles, which I haven't shown in every video. The first one is I use this heat protecting spray. So if I'm gonna hair dry my hair or put heat on it, like wave, curl or straighten it, then I use heat protecting spray. There's a few I like to use. This is just one of them. This one is Tresemme, but I honestly use a few like Sassoon, Mark Hill. I'm not too fussy with heat protecting spray. When it comes to hairspray though, for finishing my hair, I am quite particular. So this is the brand I like. Thankfully it is actually a high street brand, so it's affordable. So there's two that I like. These are the Silvercrin, I can never say it, but Silvercrin hairsprays. And this yellow one is the firm hold one. And this blue one is the natural hold one. I kind of use them kind of in between depending on what I kind of want. So I don't know, say I'm doing like a really tight bun and I want it to be really sleek, then obviously I'll use the firm hold one. If I want a more natural look, say I've got waves, I'm not going anywhere particularly windy or anything like that, but I want it to look natural but I want it to hold, then I'll just use the natural spray one. So obviously it kind of depends, but to be honest, they're not majorly different, so it doesn't matter too much. Like you can either use less or more of them depending. So yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. Anyways, let's actually get into the video now. Okay, so the hairstyle I'm going to do today is a waving hair tutorial. Let me put a little pic on screen of what it normally looks like. So this is a really quick like hairstyle if you want to kind of do something with your hair. You don't mind putting heat on your hair, but it's quick. It looks like you've made an effort kind of thing. So I use this Tony & Guy waver. I'll link everything below. And this was maximum £30, but I think honestly it was under that. So it just has like this pronged barrel, just like this. Here you can change the temperature on a little dial, and it just has like the on and off switch and a lock button here. So when you're not using it, you can just like lock them together like that and they won't move. But obviously I'm using them right now, so I'll have them unlocked. And then I also just go in with my Remington straighteners and I will straighten my bangs. Normally, obviously, I would have them in a full fringe, but because of I'm currently in lockdown, I haven't had it cut and it's grown out. So we're going to attempt to do some kind of side curtain bangs, but it's not really like cut properly to do that, but we're just going to work with it and see what we can do. But honestly, I love this hairstyle so much. So yeah, let's go. So the first thing I do is obviously once I've brushed through my hair, I just like section it basically. So I just like put the top half all up so I can just focus on the bottom half of my head. Depending on how thick your hair is, you obviously might want to section it into like different, like more sections, but I've got quite thin hair, so I just do like the bottom layer and then the top layer. So also depending on like what style you want, you can like take more like, by the way, sorry about the roots, like I said, we're in lockdown. But yeah, depending on how you want like it to look, you can either take like big chunks of hair or you can take small chunks. Like if you, the smaller you take, like the bigger it's gonna be, and the wavier. Whereas if you take like chunks like this, obviously it doesn't wave it as much and it's not gonna be as big. So it kind of just depends on what look you like. I don't really have a preference, I just kind of alternate it depending on what I pick up at the time. So yeah. So obviously I just go in with this, and you have to use it, on my hair I use it about twice. So I start here and then I just leave it on for 5 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously that was quite quick, but I was talking at the beginning. And then I just go down the bottom of the hair and just continue it, just like that. And there you have it, your wave. So I do like to not like brush it out until everything is dry. So I just literally continue waving, like repeat that same step again and again and again. So I make sure when I'm doing the second one not to pull on the hair too much so it doesn't pull out the wave I've just created. So that is one half of my head waved. Obviously, like I said, you can kind of play around with it depending on how you like the waves. So this hasn't cooled down yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and wave this side. But this is just to show you that this hairstyle, obviously I haven't styled the bun properly, but can be worn like hair, half up, half down, and look really good also. Today, that's not what I'm going to do, but it does look good like this still, so yeah. I tend to find brushing the hair out before you do it somehow just creates a better result. I don't know why, but it just does. Burnt my ear a little bit there, but you know, be careful kids. Okay, so that is the bottom section done. Like I said, you can add more waves depending on how you want it to go. Waves like this, once they've cooled down, they will settle and you can kind of put your fingers through, etc. But yeah, that's kind of what it looks like, half a head done. Obviously you could style this, put a scrunchie in your hair, it could look really cute. But yeah, I'm just gonna take my hair down now. I then like to section it into just taking one side down and like leaving the rest up, otherwise I still feel that I have more, like too much hair to play with, so it's just like works easier for me to do this. A little pineapple, we love that, we love that, we love a pineapple. So I'm just going to brush out the section I've just taken down, start sectioning out where I want to start with. So I like to start with the back because if you do the front first, all the waves are there so you can't see what's missing at the back. Obviously I normally use like a big mirror so I can actually see my hair a bit better, but right now I work with a viewfinder and a tiny mirror at the side, so it's fine. Also, I obviously have quite naturally straight-ish hair. Like it's not dead straight, but it's mostly straight, so this would obviously work differently on different textured hair. But I have seen people use it that have already wavy hair and they just like do it as a little add-in, you know, just that like to find some waves, which I think could work really nicely. So obviously the longer you have it in, like the more predominant the wave. So yeah, you just kind of leave it on your head depending on how long. Also, the longer you leave it in, the better it's going to last the next day. So I actually do find this lasts really well the next day. Like when I straighten my hair, it doesn't really last. But when I do this waver, it actually lasts the next day, which is what I love. It's a different kind of look the next day, but it is still a look. So yeah. So once I've done that section, I'm again going to take down another section. So I'm just going to take down this side now and leave the middle up. So if I just grab this lot here, I'm actually going to leave the back of the side as well because otherwise I will forget to do that. Roots for days, honestly. Right, I'm just going to grab that bit I've just taken down and brush through it. I've got a little bit of fringe there which I don't want to curl, so I'm just going to leave that out. This is the most awkward angle of me ever. Also, I should just mention, I'm doing this right by my window because obviously, you know, you want that bomb light in, but there's roofers there and there just staring at me. Well, they're not actually staring at me, they're doing the roof, but I mean, I feel like that. So we love that for me. We're nearly done. I promise you, we're nearly done. Okay, right. Should have brought a clip over here, but I don't have one right now, so we're just gonna kind of improvise for this section. I need to stop throwing up peace signs left, right, and centre. Okay, which way do we want this to go? I think we want it to go like this. It's really awkward as well because I normally do this to music or something, so it actually is a vibe, but obviously I don't want to get copyright on none of my videos, so I'm just sat here in silence. It's really awkward. Anyways. Yeah, so obviously I haven't brushed through or anything like that, but the majority of the waves are done. I can go back into the waves, so I'm going to leave the waver on. But now I am going to straighten the bangs. They don't really need straightening, but just to like section them out of the side, because I can't see anything right now because they're completely over my eyes. So yeah, I'm just going to try and just go with the middle part in and try and make them look like bangs, but they're not really going to because they're not styled and they're the wrong length, but we're gonna try. Why is this so much easier when you're not filming? It's like, everything goes wrong when you film them. Okay, so I kind of curled them around just a little bit, just in the hope that it'll group them together a bit better and make them look a bit more like bangs. That one just wants to go that side, so we're just gonna let it do that. So I personally find waving my hair is 10 times quicker than curling it. It is not the fastest option in the sense of like putting your hair up is a lot quicker, but it is quick compared to curling. You can grab bigger bits of your hair and you don't have to style it as much afterwards. So this is what it currently looks like. You can obviously put some cute clips in the side here like this, and obviously you most likely won't have really random front sections like I do. They're all over the place. Obviously it looked better when I had a full fringe, but we're working with it. So this is my hair now. The waves have cooled down, so you can kind of just start running your hands through it, separating them, and yeah, and then you can go ahead and style them. But this is one of my favourite hairstyles for if I'm going out, say, for lunch with my friends or something like that. So yeah, I would obviously go and put some lipstick on, and I would just try and like maybe put some clips in, etc, etc. But that is just how I do my wavy hair look, and obviously you can then choose to style it how you want. Like I said, you can do hair half up, half down. So yeah, but I really love this look when I do have a full fringe, but also can look cute without. So I hope you liked watching my little tutorial on this one. Doing my classic straight hair look. Honestly, these looks I know are like the most basic thing ever, like everyone knows how to do this, but I just thought like it was a requested video and the hairstyles I do are honestly the easiest thing ever, so I just thought I'd put it in there anyways because this is genuinely what I do, but it's not very exciting, just to warn you. So yeah, I'm literally just going to straighten my hair. So what I do first is divide my hair into sections. I normally just do it into 2 sections. So like leave the bottom half down and take the top half, but obviously I don't have like super thick hair, so obviously if you have thicker hair you would want to like maybe divide it into more sections, but for me this is just how I do it. I just take a hairband and leave that lot up there. I then divide it into 2 sections again, so this side and this side. You can put a hairband in at this side if you want, depending on how much hair you've got. Mine just tends to stay there all right. So then I just give it a quick brush through and then go in with my straighteners. Okay, so these are the straighteners I have. They're just the Remington straighteners. I don't think it says exactly which ones they are. Oh, it does. Sorry. Remington Model S 9901. These are really old, like they even look a bit gross, can't lie, but these are the ones that me and my mum share. I do actually have a pair of my own, but these ones are just so good, and we just tend to leave these ones out so we can grab them whenever we want, and whereas the other ones that are mine I keep in a travel bag and stuff, and they're a bit smaller so I can take them away with me. Anyways, yeah, so these are the straighteners I use, and I like to start with like the back of my hair, so I just literally brush out the piece I want to use and straighten from the roots, like say like the top here, and yeah, it's literally as simple as that. Like honestly, this is the most boring thing to show you. Like I'm sure everyone that's watching this has probably straightened their hair before, but if you haven't, then this is how I straighten my hair. So yeah, I literally just section it out. So I'll do this side, then this side, and yeah, I'll speed this all up for you so you don't have to watch me straightening my hair and being boring, but I'll show you the final result of what it looks like once it's done. So yeah. So that is what the bottom of my hair looks like just with a quick straightening. Like I said, I set it to 140 degrees. If you want it to straighten your hair a bit like hotter so it straightens easier, like I have quite straight hair anyway, so 140 is just fine, and I'm not too concerned today about it being dead straight. But say if you're going to an event or you have curlier hair, you can turn up the temperature, but it does damage your hair more, so I wouldn't recommend doing that on a daily basis, because I used to do that in high school and I killed my hair. So yeah, now I just take down this section and get going on this bit. So one thing that is always recommended when straightening your hair is to not brush it out straight away, because you're like brushing out the heat. So like let it set whilst it's hot, and then if you want to brush through your hair once it's cooled down, you can, but you shouldn't do it straight away. I have a tendency to always want to brush through my hair, but I try my best to leave it. So as you can see, the rootage is a bit crazy, but like I said, we're in lockdown, so we're just embracing our hair situation right now. Also, I'm doing all of this in the viewfinder of my camera, so I'm hoping it turns out okay, but honestly, I've got a really small like screen to look in, so yeah. And then this is kind of an example of, I'm going to go over this side, but this is an example of it straight compared to the top half of this not being straight, where it kind of curls in. It's kind of flicky, that's how I'd describe my hair. Like I don't have dead straight hair, I don't have curly hair, it just kind of flicks. It's like straight but with some very loose waves and flicks mainly. So I have now straightened the majority of my hair. Hair? Can't say that, I don't know why. Literally can say it fine, and as soon as I film, it sounds weird. But I filmed the majority of my hair now, so the bits that I'm gonna pay more attention to is my bangs, that kind of not bangs, they're just a situation right now. Was a full fringe, I loved it, but it was just a pain in lockdown to style every day. So I'm growing them out, but obviously they haven't really been like styled into bangs yet. So we're just gonna see what we can do. But normally what I tend to do when straightening them is just kind of curve them around a bit more than what I would do when straightening the rest of my hair. And it looks crazy at first, but it does settle in a minute and it will look more normal. So I'll do it on the other side. I'll try and not do it as severe on the other side. And I just kind of curl it around a little bit, and it just gives it like a little bit of depth and looks kind of styled. So yeah, maybe went a bit crazy on this side. It's fine, we'll redo it. So I'm basically just framing my face with it. So some people like to like curl these front bits round. I personally prefer them straight, but I just, like I said, I'm just gonna curl around the fringe bangs a little bit. And that is literally how I straighten my hair. It is the most simple look ever, and from here there's obviously a lot more styling opportunities. So yeah, like now the hair is straight, there's obviously a lot of styling opportunities. You can do the half up, half down pony, and it looks way better when the hair's straightened. I try and not do that if it's not like an event or something, just because I don't want to damage my hair. But yeah, there's a load of things you can do now. One of my faves as well is to do like little bunchies, so I'll try and include that clip in when I next do that hairstyle. But for now, today, I'm gonna go on a little stroll outside, so I'm gonna put a woolly hat over my hair, so honestly you're only gonna see this section of my hair anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But yeah, that's my straightened hair look, and even though it's the simplest thing ever, I hope you enjoyed this look. Okay, so for today's hairstyle, I am going to be just doing a very simple basic bun. Like honestly, it's the most simple thing ever, but it's not done, obviously, because I only have short hair, like mid-length hair. I can't do it like as snazzy as Molly May and people like that. I know a lot of people, when they put their hair up, they then wrap their hair around, which my hair just doesn't work with, because you have bits all falling out because it is just not quite long enough. If it got a bit longer it would work, but it's just at that stage where it's just not quite long enough for that. So I thought I'd just quickly do how I do my bun real quick. I have freshly washed hair today. This is air dried. It does work better if you have day old hair, but it's fine, it can still work like this. One thing I would say that makes it work a bit better is if you blow dry your hair upside down. So if you've got fresh hair, if you just chuck your head upside down and blow dry it, it just gives it that little bit of extra volume. So then don't brush it out and you can put it up straight away, and it brings that volume into the bun. So I'm just going to do that now, and I'll fast forward it but show you what I'm doing also. So obviously it doesn't matter what kind of hairdryer you have, but the hairdryer I have is the Mark Hill hairdryer. I really like this. I feel like it doesn't damage my hair as much as other hairdryers do, but honestly it doesn't really matter. Okay, so as you can see, I've just given it a quick blast, and it kind of makes me look like I've just gone through a hedge backwards, but that's absolutely fine because this will give us the volume we need to like put it up in the bun. So the first thing I do is I take two different hairbands. So I take a big chunky hairband, which just I feel holds the hair better than these little ones, and this little one I may or may not need to use in a minute. So basically I just chuck my head upside down. Hopefully this will all show in the camera. I'll try and stand a bit backwards. So I literally just chuck my head upside down and then put it up basically. So just grab all the parts of your hair. So you want to smooth out these front bits and then not smooth out these bits because they're the bits with the volume in. And also, sometimes it doesn't work first time. So sometimes you may have some bumps you don't want and you just want to chuck your head up again, which is totally fine. So I then place it over once and then I go over that again and I try and double it over. So it then looks like this. So like I said, my hair isn't quite long enough to do that whole Molly May thing. I also have a lot of strands that will start to fall out the back, which I will have to clip up. So what I like to do with my hair at the moment, because obviously this kind of just looks like at home hair, so what I do is I chuck a scrunchie over it just so it looks like a little bit of effort has gone into your hair, because like you said, I can't wrap my hair around itself at the moment. So this is just how I do it. So I just grab a scrunchie. I've chosen a scrunchie which has got a Burberry print on it, and then you can play around with the positioning of it, but I just feel like it looks like you've made an effort with your hair. So once I've done that, I obviously just grab some bobby pins, choose the colour of your hair bobby pins so that they blend in better, and I literally just go in and clip up all of the little excess bits that are kind of sticking out. So at the back it'll be the excess hair that's fallen out, and if there's any extra bumps and lumps. Also I do have bangs at the moment which are growing out, so I may need to secure them a little bit here. So I'll just put a little clip there just so that they don't fall out during the day. And legit, that is legit all I do. You can just play around with your scrunchie to get it in the position that you would like. That is legit all I do to put my hair up. Obviously I know it's not the most amazing bun and my hair's nearly at the length where I can put it up a bit nicer, but I'm still just struggling with it a little bit, so this is what I do. So depending on what look you'd like, because obviously your hair changes throughout the day, if you want a sleek bun, like you want it to stay sleek like this, then I would then go in with hairspray and it would keep it nice and sleek for the whole day, looking like this. Like honestly, the hairspray I use will literally keep it in all day like this. However, if you want a more natural look, more of a bit of a messy bun, kind of casual vibes, then you don't put any hairspray in it and it will naturally kind of come out. I know for me it does anyways, because I have fine hair, especially on a new wash hair day. So I'll just pull a few bits out now and just show you what it would look like throughout the day if you don't put hairspray on. So if you prefer a more at-home casual bun look, you can start to pull bits out of your hair very gently and bring down like your front little wispies, any bangs you may have, little side bits here, and then if there too much comes down, you can always have some spare bobby pins with you, or literally just tuck it behind your ears, and that just creates a more natural look. But yeah, that is literally my bun. So I know it's really simple, but I hope you enjoyed that look. Hi, so the hairstyle I'm going to do now is bunches. I have straightened my hair for this look, although it really doesn't have to be straight. I just prefer to have straight hair with this look. Another type of hair I love to have this look with is like slightly flicky hair, where your hair flicks out like this. But this bunches can work with curly hair, with anything, honestly. It's such a vibe. I really feel like it's a Y2K look, like, so obviously that's really trending at the moment. So this is a look I do for like parties, fun times. It's not so quick to do in the morning every day, and I guess it's not something I'd wear to work, but I do really enjoy this look. So the first thing you'll need is these little, very tiny elastic bands. The ones I have are clear, but you can get coloured ones, so it just depends on the look you want. But these are the ones I go for, because for little tiny bunches it can just look too bulky to have normal hair bands. However, I do use these just to separate my hair initially. So what I'll do for this hairstyle is just brush through all of my hair, make sure there's no knots in it, and then I choose how much I want to do the bunches. So I'm just going to take, you can decide whether you want it to be like the whole load, which actually looks cute too, and like behind the ear there, or whether you just want to leave some hair down there and just do very small bunches. This is where I would then just do an initial divide. So bearing in mind that's not very much hair I've taken at all, but also I have very thin hair, so if you have thicker hair then it would be easier to take a lot more than that. But that's just to show you how I've divided it there. I mean, to be honest, it can work with these hairbands, but as you can see, they just stick out a lot more. So you would definitely have to use one that matches your hair colour, and also, or if it doesn't match your hair colour, use one that you know you deliberately want to stick out, like maybe bright pink ones, bright yellow ones, that kind of thing. So that's literally as simple as that. So that would be like a really small bunch look, but you could also take, depending on the look you want, take a lot more hair and then take it all kind of up until your ear, and that would give you this kind of vibe, which again is not much hair for me because I have very fine hair. But yeah, and you can pull them back as far as you want. So some people like to do bunches, but they pull them back to about right here, like right here, so you really can't see it as a bunch, it just looks like another layer of hair. So if I just tighten that on there, as you can see, it's quite a different look either side, so it really depends what you want to go for. I don't really know which one I want to go for. I'm just going to have a little look and decide. Okay, so I think I'm going to show you both options of what they both look like. So if I have a pulled back one like this, it can be really cute to add a little scrunchie. These are very small scrunchies, so in comparison to a normal scrunchie, you can see there is a size difference. But yeah, you can just wrap this around for a really funky look, and just do that a couple times and then play around with how it lays. And that can look so cute. Again, it does stick out, but if you want that Y2K look, I think that can be really cute. So I'll just do that with this side as well. So I think bunches do work better with a middle part in. So if you don't have a middle part in, then I would probably recommend dividing into a middle part in. I've done this on camera, so obviously my middle part in there is not very great. If I was doing this off camera and looking in an actual mirror, not just my camera viewfinder, I would do that properly. So that is the first bunches look. You can pull them down and like not make them so tight, and that will release them so that they literally just look like a second extension of your hair, kind of like that. Or you can pull them out and like go like this, and then they'll really stick out. So as you can see, that's a completely different look. Like if you pull it back, it kind of just looks like an extension of your hair compared to that. I'm also just going to really quickly do the small bunches at the front to show you what that looks like. So this is where I'm going to take the little mini elastics and just show you how subtle they can look at the front of your hair. So that is to show you how subtle they can look at the front of your hair, and if you want to, you can put some clips over the top here, or you can bring them out and that is front little bunches. I'm also gonna really quickly add some clips just to show you what it looks like with little clips on top of them. So if you want a Y2K look, you can add in all kinds of clips, colourful clips, all that kind of thing. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this look. Okay, so for this hairstyle, I am going to be putting my hair up in a half up, half down pony or bun. We'll see which one works. So yeah, it's literally, again, the simplest of things ever. I literally just grab this type of brush and I literally just section my hair into the half I want it in. This brush keeps my hair really nice and smooth. This hairstyle can be done without your hair being straightened also, so that's not something you need to worry about. Then I grab a thick style of hairband because it holds my hair in better. So I just pull back my hair until there's literally no clumps. Some clumps will arise when you're putting this in, but I want it as smooth as possible until then. I then just twist it round so it's double layered, and that's the amount of hair I've grabbed. As you can see, there's already a clump that's arisen, but I actually have bangs that are growing out right now, so I do have to bobby pin it anyways in the front, which isn't ideal, but that's just the situation we're at right now. Okay, so you then grab your bobby pins, which are matching your hair colour, and I just have a little play around putting them in here. I mean, obviously the less bobby pins the better. However, I would have to bobby pin this area down anyways because my hair is too short there, so it would fall out later in the day. So that is legit how I do my half up, half down pony. It's no Ariana Grande. I don't have as much hair as her. I don't have extensions in or anything like that. But I think it works quite nicely for this whole root situation that's going on. It kind of makes it look like it's a trend, not like you haven't dyed your hair. So that's cute. And another thing which is really cute is if you have like curled ends like this, I think that can look super cute. I'll try and find a picture of me like that, but if not, I'll insert a picture of someone else. Also, if you're a scrunchy kind of gal, this is where you can go and put your scrunchie in here. And you can either put it in once. This scrunchie is a bit too big for that, but depending on how big your scrunchie is. Or you can double it over and then you just have to play around with how it sits, so that it sits in a way that you like it. So you need to play around with that a little bit more, but yeah, that is the look with the scrunchie. So I actually have a lot more hairstyles that I do. Like I do obviously have a curler for curling my hair. I have a, like I do my hair half up in a bun when it's like more messy. There's literally quite a few. So if you wanted to see a part 2 of this, then let me know. But obviously I didn't want to go on for too long because these are such basic hairstyles for me. I'm doing it because I do enjoy doing this, and also because it was a requested video, but I feel like this is stuff everyone knows. But if you did want to see a part 2 of some more hairstyles that I do, then just let me know and I'll definitely do that for you. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed watching a few of my different hairstyling videos. I hope it wasn't too rambly. If you have any questions, then of course leave me a comment below and I'll get back to you. I'll try and link as many of the products or like equipment I used as much as I can in the description if it's still available. But yeah, message me any questions, and I hope that this was kind of somewhat enjoyable, and hopefully I'll see you again in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't mind, it would mean so much if you'd subscribe to me if you're not already, but obviously you don't have to, and leave a thumbs up if you want to, but again, you don't have to. So yeah, see you next time. Bye!